We are glad to welcome you back to the Elderly Council channel. In this video we will talk about harmful and healthy breakfasts and everything related to them. And before that, don't forget to leave a comment so that we know what topic to release the next video on. Let's not drag on, let's improve your life. The truth about convenient breakfasts. The modern breakfast has become a trap. Designed more for speed and habit than health, many of the foods we reach for seem innocent, quick, familiar, maybe even labeled heart-healthy. But labels can lie, and even good intentions can cause harm when metabolism, kidney function, and hormonal balance begin to shift with age. Let's break down a few of the most common culprits. 1. Instant oatmeal packets. Not all oats are equal. Many seniors reach for those flavored oatmeal packets believing they're doing their hearts a favor. Oats, after all, are a whole grain, and yes, they can be incredibly good for you. But the devil is in the details. Instant oats often come loaded with added sugars and sodium. One packet may contain 12 grams of sugar or more, almost as much as a candy bar. For older adults, sugar hits differently. As we age, insulin sensitivity decreases, meaning our bodies struggle to process glucose effectively. This leads to sharper blood sugar spikes and faster crashes, exactly the kind of roller coaster that leaves you exhausted by mid-morning. Worse, many brands sneak in 200 milligrams or more of sodium per serving, and that's before any toppings. Excess sodium contributes to high blood pressure, which is already a concern for over 60% of people over 60. Your kidneys, which filter waste and regulate blood pressure, begin to lose efficiency with age. Feeding them a daily sodium spike only increases their burden. What to do instead? Opt for steel-cut or rolled oats, made plain and flavored naturally with cinnamon, nuts, or fresh fruit. More on that in part 2. 2. Orange juice, the sugary trap in disguise. I know what you're thinking, but it's fruit juice. And yes, it comes from oranges. But once it's been stripped of fiber, pasteurized, concentrated, and bottled, orange juice becomes what I call liquid sugar. A single cup can contain over 20 grams of sugar, that's 5 teaspoons. Now, imagine starting your day with that. Your blood sugar rises quickly, prompting a rush of insulin to bring it back down. This spike and crash pattern is even harder on older adults, whose hormonal systems don't regulate blood sugar as efficiently as they once did. Over time, this pattern contributes to fatigue, increased belly fat, and even insulin resistance, a pathway toward type 2 diabetes. And the irony? You may still feel hungry an hour later, because sugary drinks don't signal satiety the way solid food does. What to do instead? Eat the whole orange. The fiber slows down digestion, stabilizes blood sugar, and feeds your gut microbiome, key for immune and metabolic health. 3. Breakfast bars and healthy cereals, the marketing mirage. Walk down any grocery store aisle, and you'll find boxes with smiling seniors, oats flying in the air, and hearts in bright red. Many cereals and bars boast terms like whole grain, high fiber, or vitamin fortified. But let me ask, when's the last time you checked the ingredient list? If it's longer than 5 to 6 ingredients, or if sugar, or its cousins, corn syrup, fructose, glucose, honey, appear in the top 3, you're looking at an ultra-processed product, not real food. Processed foods are linked to chronic inflammation, which accelerates aging, weakens immune response, and contributes to conditions like arthritis, memory decline, and heart disease. And when we eat these items daily, especially for breakfast, we send the body into a daily cycle of low-grade inflammation. How it hurts seniors in particular. Older bodies naturally produce more pro-inflammatory cytokines due to changes in the immune system. When your diet adds fuel to this fire, you feel it, in your joints, in your energy levels, even in your mood. What to do instead? We'll talk in part 2 about simple, nourishing breakfast swaps, many that take no more time than ripping open a wrapper. 4. Flavored yogurts and light products, the artificial problem. Flavored yogurts are marketed as a health food, especially to seniors. But take a closer look, many containers have 15 to 18 grams of sugar per serving, and that's before adding fruit or granola. Even worse are products labeled light or low fat. When fat is removed, it's often replaced with artificial sweeteners, which may interfere with gut health, confuse your satiety signals, and even affect blood sugar regulation in unpredictable ways. Yes, ironically, some artificial sweeteners can still raise insulin levels. As we age, gut health becomes more critical, affecting not just digestion, but also brain health and immune function. Artificial sweeteners can disrupt the gut microbiota balance, especially in those with slower digestion or constipation, common in older adults. What to do instead? Choose plain, full-fat Greek yogurt and flavor it yourself with berries, chopped nuts, or a drizzle of honey if needed. You'll get probiotics, protein, and fat, all of which work together to keep blood sugar steady and hunger at bay. The bigger picture, why it matters more after 60. When you're young, your body is more forgiving. You can skip meals, eat junk, recover from sugar crashes, and stay on your feet. But after 60, the margin for error narrows. Kidneys filter slower. Too much sodium or protein from processed foods can wear them out faster. Blood pressure rises naturally. High sodium breakfasts make things worse. Blood sugar control weakens. High carb, low protein meals cause crashes that leave you tired and foggy. Muscle mass decreases. A carb-heavy, low-protein breakfast means your body starts the day cannibalizing muscle instead of building it. That's why your first meal of the day is crucial. It sets the tone for energy, digestion, mental clarity, and inflammation levels, not just for the morning, but the whole day. In Part 2, we'll explore the healing side of breakfast, what to eat, why it works, and how small changes can lead to dramatic improvements in energy, weight control, and even memory. Are you ready to rebuild your mornings from the inside out? So now, we rebuild your breakfast from the ground up. The 3 foundations of a senior-friendly breakfast. If you remember nothing else from this chapter, remember these 3 things every breakfast after 60 should include. High-quality protein. Healthy fat. Slow-digesting carbohydrates with fiber. Let's break each one down, not in vague nutrition terms, but in plain, life-relevant language. 1. High-quality protein, the muscle preserver. As we age, our muscles naturally weaken, not because we stop moving, although that's part of it, but because we absorb and use protein less efficiently. This means your body needs a slightly higher protein intake just to maintain the same strength and function you had 10 years ago. A breakfast without protein, toast, juice, even plain fruit, starts your day in a deficit. And over time, that leads to what we call sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. That's when walking becomes tiring. Getting up from a chair requires both hands. And eventually, the loss of muscle leads to loss of independence. What to eat? 2 boiled or scrambled eggs. Half a cup of plain Greek yogurt, add berries or a few nuts. Nut butter on whole grain toast. A slice of turkey or smoked salmon on a sprouted grain English muffin. These are all rich in bioavailable protein, meaning your body can actually absorb and use it to build and repair muscle tissue. Why it helps? A protein-rich breakfast also stabilizes blood sugar, helping you avoid the mid-morning crash that so many seniors assume is just aging. It's not, it's low fuel. 2. Healthy fat, the brain's morning fuel. Here's something not enough people talk about. The brain is 60% fat. And your brain, especially after 60, depends on good fats to fight memory loss, stabilize mood, and reduce inflammation. Unfortunately, most low-fat diet foods are stripped of these nourishing fats and replaced with sugar and thickeners that make you tired, hungry, and foggy-headed by 11 a.m. Good fats do the opposite. They keep you sharp, satisfied, and energized longer, without spiking insulin or harming your heart. What to eat? Half an avocado with lemon and sea salt on toast. A small handful of walnuts or almonds. A spoonful of chia seeds in yogurt or overnight oats. Drizzle of extra virgin olive oil on a breakfast salad or eggs. Why it helps. Healthy fats reduce chronic inflammation, a major factor in arthritis, heart disease, and memory decline. They also improve nutrient absorption, meaning that your body gets more from the vitamins in the foods you eat. 3. Slow digesting carbohydrates with fiber, gentle, lasting energy. Let me be very clear, carbs aren't the enemy. But the type of carbs matters, especially as you age. You don't need fast-burning carbs like white toast or sugary cereal. Your body can't process them the way it used to. Instead, you need carbohydrates that release energy slowly and contain fiber to help digestion, control cholesterol, and regulate blood sugar. What to eat? Old-fashioned or steel-cut oats, not the instant kind. Berries like blueberries, raspberries, or blackberries, low sugar, high fiber. Sweet potato slices roasted with cinnamon. Whole grain bread with seeds, or sprouted grain toast. Why it helps. Fiber feeds your gut bacteria, helps regulate bowel movements, and helps stabilize blood sugar, especially important if you're diabetic or pre-diabetic. For women especially, increased fiber can also help reduce cholesterol levels post-menopause. A simple weekly breakfast menu for seniors. Here's a sample menu I've built for clients who want a better breakfast but don't want to spend hours in the kitchen. Day breakfast. Monday, oatmeal with chia seeds, walnuts, and blueberries plus green tea. Tuesday, 2 scrambled eggs with sautéed spinach plus 1/2 avocado on toast. Wednesday, plain Greek yogurt with flax seeds and sliced banana. Thursday, sweet potato hash with turkey slices plus chamomile tea. Friday, cottage cheese with sliced pears and almonds. Saturday, whole grain toast with almond butter plus apple slices. Sunday, omelette with tomatoes and mushrooms plus 1 slice of whole grain bread. Morning drinks that help, not hurt. Skip the sugary juices and breakfast smoothies with mystery ingredients. Instead, hydrate gently with warm lemon water, supports digestion and liver. Green tea, antioxidants, light caffeine. Herbal teas like ginger or peppermint, calming to the stomach. Homemade almond milk with cinnamon, blood sugar friendly. And yes, you can still enjoy coffee. Just go easy on the creamers and sweeteners. I often recommend switching to unsweetened almond or oat milk, or using a small dash of cinnamon to enhance flavor without sugar. You deserve nourishment, not just food. Here's what I want you to remember, and what I told Sarah that day. You're not just eating breakfast. You're fueling a 60 plus, 70 plus, or even 80-year-old body that has been through decades of work, stress, recovery, love, and movement. That body deserves a meal that speaks to where it is now, not where it was 40 years ago. A good breakfast for a senior is not one built for a rushed morning or a calorie count. It's a healing ritual. A chance, each day, to nourish what still thrives and protect what needs care. In Part 3, we'll dive deeper into the hidden impact of skipping breakfast, how it affects medication absorption, and what to eat if you have specific conditions like diabetes, arthritis, or early memory decline. But what if you have specific health issues? That's what we'll cover now. Because as we age, breakfast isn't just about hunger. It's about supporting medication, reducing symptoms, and giving the body the tools it needs to repair. In my experience, many older adults struggle with the same 3 concerns. Diabetes or blood sugar issues. Joint pain or inflammation. Memory loss or early cognitive decline. Let's explore each, with breakfast solutions that not only nourish, but gently heal. 1. Breakfast for blood sugar balance, diabetes, prediabetes, fatigue. Let's start here, because blood sugar dysregulation is extremely common after 60, even in those who've never had diabetes before. Why? Because aging muscles absorb glucose less efficiently, and insulin production can slow down. The worst mistake? Starting your day with simple carbs, toast, juice, cereal, without protein or fat. That creates a glucose spike, followed by a crash. You feel hungry again within an hour, tired, and maybe even dizzy. Ideal breakfast for blood sugar. 1 boiled egg plus 1/2 avocado on whole grain toast. A small cup of steel-cut oats with cinnamon, walnuts, and chia seeds. Unsweetened almond milk or green tea. Why this helps? Eggs and avocado provide protein and fat to slow down glucose absorption. Oats and chia give soluble fiber, which stabilizes blood sugar and feeds your gut flora. Cinnamon has been shown in studies to improve insulin sensitivity. 2. Breakfast for joint pain, inflammation, arthritis, stiffness, swelling. Many people assume joint pain is just part of aging, and while yes, wear and tear is real, much of the pain is worsened by chronic inflammation from diet. You know what fuels inflammation the most? Processed breakfast foods, those with trans fats, added sugars, or refined carbs. The body heals best with anti-inflammatory fats, antioxidants, and foods that calm, not irritate, the joints. Ideal breakfast for joints. Smoked salmon or tuna with olive oil and greens on seed bread. A warm bowl of quinoa porridge with turmeric, cinnamon, and berries. A cup of ginger or turmeric tea. Why this helps? Salmon gives you omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce joint inflammation. Berries, turmeric, and olive oil all have natural anti-inflammatory compounds. Quinoa is a complete protein and gentler on digestion than wheat or rye. 3. Breakfast for brain health, memory, focus, early dementia concerns. Cognitive decline doesn't happen overnight. It's slow, quiet, just like those breakfast saboteurs we discussed in part 1. The most supportive breakfast for the brain is one that stabilizes blood sugar, because spikes can cause brain fog. Fuels your neurons with healthy fats. Reduces oxidative stress, which damages brain tissue over time. Ideal breakfast for brain health. 3 egg omelette with spinach, tomatoes, and feta. A handful of walnuts or blueberries. A cup of black or green tea, for its catechins and brain-stimulating compounds. Why this helps? Eggs contain choline, vital for memory and brain function. Blueberries are packed with anthocyanins, which cross the blood-brain barrier to protect neurons. Walnuts contain alpha-linolenic acid, shown to support cognitive function in seniors. Breakfast and medications, timing matters. Here's something I often tell clients that surprises them: what you eat with your medication affects how well it works. If you take blood pressure meds, diabetes pills, or thyroid medications in the morning, having a real, whole food breakfast is key. Skipping breakfast while taking medication can cause dizziness or lightheadedness, poor absorption of nutrients, upset stomach or nausea, even irregular blood pressure. Tip: always ask your doctor if a medication should be taken with food. Then, plan a small but balanced breakfast to accompany it. Even a hard-boiled egg and a slice of toast with almond butter is better than nothing. When skipping breakfast backfires. Some people tell me, "I'm just not hungry in the morning." And I understand, appetites shift with age. But here's what I've seen: regularly skipping breakfast leads to low energy, weight gain, and even poorer memory. Why? Because the body, deprived of food after fasting all night, begins to break down muscle for energy. Cortisol rises. Blood sugar swings. The body moves into a stressed state, not a healing one. If you're not hungry in the morning, try a light, liquid breakfast: warm almond milk with cinnamon, or a smoothie with avocado, spinach, and a few berries. Or start with half a banana and some nuts, something light, but grounding. The goal isn't to stuff yourself. It's to gently wake your body up with real, healing nutrients. A simple morning plan for healing breakfasts after 60. If you're unsure where to begin, start with this. Choose a protein: egg, yogurt, nut butter, cottage cheese, turkey. Add a healthy fat: avocado, olive oil, walnuts, flax seeds. Include a complex carb: oats, quinoa, sweet potato, whole grain bread. Flavor with healing extras: cinnamon, turmeric, blueberries, greens. Sip something warm: green tea, ginger tea, lemon water. You don't need to get it perfect. But do something better than yesterday. In closing, a morning that heals, every day. When I saw Sarah again 3 months later, she looked different. Brighter eyes, steadier energy. "It's the breakfast," she said. "I feel like I'm starting my day with strength instead of survival." And that's exactly the point. In our younger years, breakfast is optional. In our later years, it's foundational. A quiet moment of healing before the world begins. So tomorrow morning, when you stand in your kitchen, pause. Choose with care. Feed your body, feed your future. Because it's never too late to change the story your mornings are telling. And so we are grateful that you watched this video to the end, and we hope that it helped you enough. We will be glad if you leave your like and comment that will help us improve the content and release videos on the topics you want. We wish you health, long life and happiness. The Elderly Council was with you.